In this section, we're going to evaluate trig functions. For example, if I have the function f of x equals x plus sine x, I want to evaluate it at x equal to 10. So I just want to find the value. So I'm finding f of 10, so that will equal 10 plus sine of 10. Now, please notice there's not a degree sign up there. I know there's not a pi, but this is 10, and that means radians. There's no degrees, then you're working in radians. So be sure, before you evaluate a problem like this, you make sure the calculator is in radian mode. So this is 10 plus, so I type in 10, I make sure I'm in radians, I hit the sign button, and I get negative 0.5490 and a few more. Depending on how your answer is written, you'll want to use at least a couple more decimal places than your answer, so you can round if you need to. So I've got 10, and I subtract 0.5490, and that gives me 9.4560. That's not a 9, that's a 4. I can't read my own writing. 40. So if I add this up, I should get 10. 6 and 4 is 10. 5, 6, and 4 is 10. 5, 6, and 4 is 10, and 1 is 10. Okay, so we're good. So this is the answer when I just plug it in. Okay? Okay, let's modify this function just a little bit. Let's make that a tangent squared. And let's make x 60 degrees. Okay? Okay, I'm in degree mode. Be sure your calculator is in degree mode. So I want f of 60 degrees. So 60 degrees plus tangent of 60 degrees squared. Remember, you have to find the tangent of the x first and then square it. I'm in degree mode, 60 degrees plus tangent of 60. You put in 60, you hit the tangent button. You'll get some decimal, which is actually the square root of 3, and then you square it. You'll get a decimal that is an approximation of the square root of 3. And then when you square this, you get 3 plus 60 degrees, and that's the answer. You can't combine degrees in 3. Make 3 bigger. Okay? Tangent of 60. 60 is one of the common angles, the basic ones you're supposed to know about, and the tangent is root 3, but by all means use the calculator, not a problem. And this is the way you have to leave it. You cannot combine those. Okay, let's look at one more. Okay, so here I have 2 sine of 8 minus 5 times the cosine of 4 degrees. Have to be really careful because 8 is in radians. There's not a degree sign. If there's not a degree sign, it's not a degree. This says degrees. So when you do these, be sure that you are writing down carefully pieces, intermediate steps as you go. So I put the 2, I put in an 8, make sure I'm in radians, I hit the sign, and I get about 0.9894 for the sine of 8 radians, minus 5 times. Now I'm going to hit the 4, make sure I'm in degrees, then cosine, and I get 0.9976. And check these, be sure I wrote them down right. So then you multiply these out. This is 2 times almost 1. This is 5 times almost 1. So 2 minus 5 is like negative 3. And that is what you get. You get about negative 3.0092 if I subtracted right. So just be careful with radians and degrees. That's very important when you're working with your problems like this.